My glasses are looking a little worse for wear here. Let's get a close-up of those. I'll give you a super face close-up here. Oh, I hit that microphone. Yeah, the reason the glasses are looking a little worse for wear is because I picked up this sweet set of glasses from Zenni Optical a few years ago, and they were like a super awesome deal. These glasses were like, I think that the frames were like $20 and the lenses for them were like maybe only like another $20 or something like that too. So they were like $50 altogether. And they've been great, honestly. They I love them. They're super comfortable, and and the lenses, I will say, they're not like quite as sharp as the ones normally I would get from like a regular optometrist or something like that, like downtown. I ordered these like online, but I will say that like if I hold them sort of like that, then I can see perfectly out of them. And I suspect that's because my prescription that I supplied to them perhaps maybe didn't get manufactured exactly right. Now, I'm sure that they would correct that, but it's sort of a pain in the butt to have to go back to them and all that sort of stuff. And anyways, the colored tape that's on the glasses isn't exactly like it's not really like there for fashion per se. It's there more for function reasons, because I find that these lenses are so like magnificent that they tend to like erupt out of the frames like just in this like sort of totally like random manner. Like I'll be just like doing my thing, like driving downtown or like cooking or whatever, and then all of a sudden the lenses are like boom, and they just sort of like pop out. And the reason why is because the frames, they sort of like cracked. And I didn't realize that was one of the features of these glasses whenever I bought them. But I gotta say, one of the benefits of that is it's made life really exciting. Because I never really quite know like when it's gonna happen. Is because sometimes like I mentioned, I could be like just driving down the road, and it's especially interesting whenever it happens when I'm driving down the road, because I'm going like this, and then the lens pops out, and then like, say like I'm in like the middle of a roundabout or something like that, it's like, oh my gosh, what the heck, I can't see anything, you know. And but I still got one good eye left, at least anyways, or as long as this piece of like the other day it was pretty tricky the other day, because now you notice I got a piece of tape on this side of the glasses and on this side as well too. So like the other day, like this side was repaired, but that's when this one cracked. It was like really cold outside, and maybe that's like, I don't know, the plastic broke because of the cold or something. But anyways, that's when the lens like just popped right out. And I was like driving, and it was just like, and I was just like, oh no, you know. But then at least I had that other lens in there, and thankfully I had this really good blue tape, and it did a really good job of fixing up the glasses the last time. So that's been doing a pretty good job holding this lens in there. And anyway, so all I had to do was just sort of make sure that I didn't get into a crash or anything like that, and just sort of like drive with one eye for a second, and then I like pulled over into the gas station. Luckily it only took a second to get over there, you know, and then I like just like grabbed the other lens and put it back in, and I actually just took the glasses off. I have like another secondary pair that I wear, like these ones sometimes, and I have those with me just for situations like that, you know. Anyway, so I just popped all the glasses on, and everything worked out. It was all good. But it just got me sort of thinking about, like, you know, the whole gear acquisition syndrome thing. You know, gas. That's what we call it, gas. Yeah, you know, and how, like, you know, sometimes we think that we need to, like, buy, like, more expensive things because they're going to make us sound or feel better about ourselves, you know? And, like, I like to use examples in the world of music for that, because I'm a musician. But, you know, it can sort of be applied to like anything, like fishing gear or like camping stuff or like motorbikes or anything really, you know, when you think about it. Because there sort of is an element of truth to the statement that expensive things will make you better. And I know that that's sort of weird to hear that, but I believe that there is an element of truth to that. But it's certainly not fully truthful either, you know? And so here's what I mean by that there's an element of truth to it. And like, here's my example. Like, say if you were to take Jimi Hendrix, the guitarist, like in the world of music, there's sort of this saying that, you know, a great musician could basically make any instrument sound great. And I like to use Jimi Hendrix as an example of that. Like, Jimi Hendrix could probably pick up any guitar, like an acoustic guitar, a Les Paul, or like or you know, anything, and he'd probably make it sound super musical and really awesome, you know. However, if Jimi Hendrix were to pick up like a really nice guitar, like not just a Stratocaster like we know him to normally play, but like a really good quality Stratocaster with really great pickups and nice quality wood through a really great amplifier, it takes something that's already good and makes it even better and even greater. And that's sort of what I mean by there's an element of truth to the statement of like buying a more expensive thing makes a musician better. I don't think that it inherently makes them better at playing the instrument, but it does make them sound better, and that's sort of like a benefit, and that's some progress right there in itself, you know. But that therein lies the crux of the saying is that, you know, when you buy something, it doesn't actually level you up, but what it can do is it can inspire you, and it can open your mind to different creative possibilities and opportunities that you couldn't comprehend before because you had limited tools to work with. And that's sort of how I like to think about buying things. And but you got to be careful with it, because you can get like carried away with it as well too, because you can start just justifying everything. And the way that you take care of that is you really need to keep a good, clear idea in your mind about what is important. You know, what are your wants versus your needs? And what I do to help with that is I try to think about, well, like I mentioned just a moment ago, what creative opportunities is this going to open up for me? You know, is this going to open up like some positive energy potentials for me, or is this going to potentially be like negative energy for me? You know, is this going to create some cool loops of like things that are going to like give me some awesome feedback and like some creative like growth potential and things like that? Or is it going to like regress and be like negative, or like take me back, or in a direction I don't necessarily want to go in? And yeah, so that's sort of part of my process that I go through when it comes to buying equipment and gear, or anything really in life, you know, because you don't always have to just buy things that you need all the time too. I do believe that, you know, in a perfect world, everybody would have everything that they need, and every once in a while they'd get something that they want as well too, because it's nice to just get something that you want every once in a while too. It's just a nice happy thing, and that's cool too, you know. Anyways, that's just sort of the way I like to look at it, because and I guess one of the reasons I want to mention it is because there's an awful lot of division out there in the world, especially when it comes to buying things and retail, and I see a lot of it in the world of music. I mean, I've worked in music retail most of my life. I've worked at one of the largest music retailers in North America for 11 years, and I worked at like small mom and pop music stores as well too, and sold an awful lot of guitars over the years, you know. And I met a lot of wonderful people and learned a lot of really amazing perspectives over the years, and that's probably some of the best stuff I ever got from working in the industry over the years, is meeting all the great people and learning their different sort of perspectives on life. And those are some of the perspectives that I've learned from them. And yeah, I really I appreciate you folks watching the video and listening to my perspectives and willing to listen to my new outlook on life that I'm here and happy to share with everybody. If you have anything you're willing to contribute to the conversation, please leave a comment down below. And as always, I really appreciate a like and subscribe to the channel as well too. Thank you, and I'll see you next time.